YuGiOh is a unique TCG.
Not only in gameplay mechanics, but in the fact it doesn't rotate out its card pool.
Because of this, certain cards that were deemed unplayable or overlooked at first have a chance to appear depending on new strategies and the modern meta.
On one hand, these cards just boost a deck's potential, but on the other, they can cheese out an easy win over the other player.
But what if YuGiOh had a restart?
Could this game be revised with the benefit of hindsight? If so, what would that game look like?
These are the questions we wish to answer. I'm Dakota.
And I'm Cody. Join us as we create custom packs based on the originals, but change certain rarities of cards as well as eliminating other cards to make sure their toxic behavior never sees a game mat.
Welcome to the YuGiOh Revision Series. How's it going, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of the Revision Series. I'm joined here, like always, with the Earthbound Immortal himself, Cody. Cody, how are you doing today?
Probably not as tired as you for once, but
yeah, I'm exhausted.
Now starts my long holiday.
Yeah, we got Easter break coming up.
That is the nice thing about third shift, is you get to just kind of coast the rest of the day. You're like, all right, my work's done, 8 a.m., I'm good to go.
Yeah, on second shift, we switched to 8 hours so that we didn't have to work Friday, which I don't work Fridays anyways, but some of the second shift guys, they work on Fridays. But for some reason, the days feel like they're longer. How does that work? Anyway, though, for this episode, we are opening a new pack. The new pack is the new challengers.
Who, us?
Yeah. Are we the new challengers? Are the new cards the challengers?
The previous car that I bought, was that the new challenger?
I think the new challenge is how do you make a deck more toxic? And Cleaforts have the answer. Speaking of which, the first card I wanted to highlight is Apaka Cleafort Towers. So this is the boss monster of the archetype. This card cannot be special summoned, requires 3 Clee tributes to normal summon or set this card. If this card is normal summoned or set, it is unaffected by spells and trap effects, and by activated effects from any monster whose original level or rank is lower than this card's current level. All special summon monsters lose 500 attack and defense. Once per turn, you can make your opponent send 1 monster from their hand or their side of the field to the graveyard, their choice. So this is where the term towers comes from. This guy's a menace.
Going into my first pick now, I've got El Shaddoll Grista. It's a new Shaddoll fusion. It requires a Shaddoll monster and a fire monster. Must be fusion summoned first. When your opponent would special summon a monster or monsters while you have a Shaddoll card in your hand, quick effect, you can negate the summon, and if you do, destroy that monster. Then send 1 Shaddoll card from your hand to the graveyard. You can only use this effect once per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target a Shaddoll spell trap in your graveyard and add it back to your hand. One thing I want to point out real quick though, why is this a rock type?
Because the artwork, I told you that these cards are all about lore. So the way that the Shaddolls play out in the lore is that the Shaddolls take certain cards that are part of other archetypes and they turn them evil. And this is a
like evil heroes, but better.
Yes, and this is a Gem Knight monster.
Okay. And Gem Knights are rocks because gems come from the ground. I get it.
Yeah, see, it's all connected.
I feel like Charlie in that episode where he's got that board and he's like, you know, pointing at all the shit, pointing at each other, the conspiracy shit.
Oh, yeah.
I get it.
For my next card, I wanted to talk about Virgil, Rockstar of the Burning Abyss. For some reason, there's a rock and roll player in hell.
There's probably a lot if you ask some people.
This is surprisingly a generic synchro monster requiring a tuner and 1 or more non-tuners. You can only control 1 Virgil. Once per turn, you can discard 1 Burning Abyss card, then target 1 card your opponent controls or in their graveyard, shuffle it into the deck. If this card on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can draw 1 card. You can only use this effect of Virgil once per turn.
My next pick, Denko Sekka. It is an effect monster, level 4, cannot be special summoned. While you control no set spell or traps, neither player can set spells or traps, nor activate spells and traps that are set currently on the field.
For my last card, it is a common. It is UA Power Jersey. This is a equip spell for the UA archetype. You equip only to a UA monster. It gains 1000 attack and defense. Also, if it battles an opponent's monster, any battle damage it inflicts to your opponent is doubled. If the equipped monster destroys a monster by its attacks, It can make a second attack during this battle phase. During your standby phase, banish the equipped monster. If this card is sent to the graveyard because the equipped monster is returned to the hand, you can return this card to the hand as well.
And for my last pick, I decided to go big rather than go home. I chose First of the Dragons. It is a dragon fusion monster, not spell. That's sort of generic in the fact that it requires 2 normal monsters, any 2 normal monsters, normal being the only restriction there. It must be fusion summoned and cannot be special summoned by other ways. You can only control 1 First of the Dragon. This card cannot be destroyed by battle except by battle with a normal monster and is unaffected by other monsters' effects.
So those are the cards that we wanted to highlight. Additional cards in here, we have another Shaddoll fusion. This one requires a Shaddoll and an Earth monster. We have a new Yang Xing synchro monster. This one's a level 7 versus the level 8 that we got from the last pack. We have a new Herald ritual monster, this one being the Herald of Ultimateness. Speaking of Herald, we have the Herald of Arclight. This card sees plenty of play today. When sent to the graveyard, you get to add a ritual spell or monster, I believe. On the field, it's just 1, a Floodgate, 2, an Omni Negate, which is pretty decent on a 4-star monster. We're also being introduced to the Frightfur Fluffle cards. Maybe we were actually introduced to these from the last pack. I can't really remember, but this pack has a bulk more of these cards. Yeah, the rest of this pack just has additional support for stuff that we had from the previous pack, like Burning Abyss, Yang Xing, and UAs. We also have more Satellar cards in here, Melodious archetype in here. So, Cody, overall, your thoughts on the pack?
I enjoy it. Yeah, it's a good continuation off what the last pack set up with the new, with the support for Shaddolls and other stuff, like you said. The clipboards look very interesting. Probably the only strategy, well, I think they are the only strategy right now that's worth a damn in pendulums that we have currently.
Yes.
The introduction of a lot of cool, basically staple cards that they could be, anyway, have potential, as well as support for other archetypes, like you said. I think this is a pretty decent pack overall.
Yeah. Well, buddy, are you ready to get into the game?
Sure thing.
All right, let's do it.
Hi, guys. You up for a little trip today? Well, if you are, hop on this bus here. I got my tour guide right here. We're going to hell. The Burning Abyss is what I chose to play this week. Starting us off here, I've got 1 BLS because since all the Burning Abysses and the tour guides are darks, fun fact, the extra deck monsters for the Burning Abyss we have currently are lights, so that makes BLS active. Going into the Burning Abyss monsters now, I have 1 Alec. They all have the same effect where if there's a non-Burning Abyss monster on the field, they will destroy themselves. And if I control no spell or trap cards, I can special summon them from the hand. They'll have a second effect, but I have to choose only 1 that turn to use. To be smart about it. Alec's second effect is if this card is sent to the graveyard, I can target a face-up monster on the field and negate its effects to the end of the turn. 2 Calcab. Its second effect is if it's sent to the graveyard, I can target a spell or trap card on the field, return it to the hand. 3 Seer. If it's sent to the graveyard, I can target 1 Burning Abyss monster in the graveyard except Seer and special summon it. 3 Graph. If it's sent to the graveyard, I can special summon a Burning Abyss monster from the deck except Graph. 3 Rubik. This is the tuner for the archetype. It does not have a second effect, it just has the special summoning effect. And finally, Scarm to round out these ones. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, I can add a level 3 Dark Fiend type monster from the deck to the hand, except Scarm. And finally, Tour Guide, which you've seen before. Allure of Darkness for draw power, Dark Hole for removal, Giant Truanade. Me and Dakota kind of talked about this off camera, I believe, last time when we both played Shaddolls. But since we have the introduction of artifacts now, it's probably better to play this card since this card doesn't destroy. Monster Reborn, 2 MSTs. I did use my craft to make a second one. 1 the beginning of the end, since I am running so many darks. If I have 7 or more darks in the graveyard, I can banish 5 of them to draw 3. Dust Tornado for more removal, Fiendish Chain to lock down. This card is really nice with my cards since they're easily able to spam themselves out. 3 copies of Fire Lake of the Burning Abyss. I can send 2 face-up Burning Abyss monsters I control to their graveyard and then target up to 3 cards on the field and destroy them. Very easy way to change the game. 2 Karma Cut, 2 banish monsters, Ojama Trio to hopefully clog up his board and keep him from going into some extra deck plays. 3 Phoenix Wing to put things on top of the deck. Solemn Judgment to shut down, and Solemn Warning for basically the same thing. So the side deck, I did kind of build the side deck and some of my deck choices in the extra deck as far as hopefully not playing against Shaddolls again, but just in case I am, I came prepared. So I'm running a couple of 6-star monsters to start with. I have Breaker the Dark Magical Warrior, which we went over at the beginning of last episode, Mobius to destroy back row, and Thestalos to rip a card from the opponent's hand and then do burn if it's a monster, Monarch Stormforth so that I don't have to tribute my own monsters to summon them, Econ, 1 instant fusion for extra deck plays, Super Poly, again, in case he's playing Shaddolls, Bottomless Trap Hole, Breakthrough Skill, and Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. I wanted a little extra something. I know this shuts off my deck too, but I wanted something else to combat the Shaddolls, and I can't play Vampire Hunter because Vampire Hunter will still activate their effects. So I chose this, and then if I have to go into Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, that's when I'm probably going to go into my Monarch Stormforth and my level 6 monsters, so that I can have a couple non-darks in there or just big beaters. The extra deck now, super poly targets. I've got 1 construct for light, 1 Grista for fire since I am running a fire Xyz monster, and 2 windows since I am running mostly darks and they act as a floodgate. Flame Ghost and Thousand Eyes for the instant fusion targets. Virgil, which Dakota went over at the top of the episode. 3 Dante from the previous pack, I believe. Downer Magician is here. I do not have any level 4s. But if I have a level 3 Xyz on, or rank 3 Xyz on the field, I can use it and give Xyz summon Downer Magician, that Xyz monster, and its materials will become Downer Magician's materials. Alucard to pop set cards, Insector Exobeetle because I am running the couple level 6s up there, number 17 Leviathan Dragon, and Wind Up Zenmanes just because it works and it happens to be the fire for Super Poly. That's basically it. It's Burning Abyss. It's a brand new archetype I've never tried before. That's 2 in a row for me now. Yeah, and like I said, I built the side deck and extra deck basically just to combat Shaddol matchup again. We'll see if it ends up paying off, but until then, I guess we'll just go out there and see how we do.
All right, guys, so the last episode, I got to play one of my favorite decks. This time, I'm going to play a brand new deck that I've never touched before. We are playing Yang Zing. So this is a synchro-based strategy, sort of a gimmick, but kind of cool, I suppose. Pretty much all the monsters are all floaters. If they're destroyed by battle or card effect, they float into another one. However, you do have to be careful because they're all when effects, so they do miss timing. To start things off, we have the Earth of the Yang Zing. This one has the effect that I can actually synchro summon during my opponent's turn if need be. And then a lot of the Yang Zings provide the synchro summon monster that you use for them. Kind of like bonus effects almost. The Earth of the Yang Zing makes the monster unable to be destroyed by battle. We have the Water of the Yang Zing. This card makes my synchro monster immune to trap cards. We have Chi-Win, which is actually the tuner of the strategy. It's a level 1 tuner. This card has the effect that if it's destroyed like the rest of them, it floats into another one, but it also has the effect that if it's in the graveyard and a Yang Zing is destroyed, it brings itself back from the graveyard, but it does go to the banish after it leaves the field. We have Wind of the Yang Zing. This card makes the synchro monster immune to spells. Fire of the Yang Zing buffs the synchro monster by 500 attack and defense. And we have the new card, Darkness of the Yang Zing. This card has the effect that is pretty costly if it doesn't go through, because it sends 2 Yang Zings from your hand for cost, but you get to special 2 Yang Zings from the deck. So this is a good way to just get a synchro monster onto the field as quickly as possible. Side engine, we're doing the artifact still. For the spells, we have 2 Yang Zing Path. This card is like Avarice for the archetype. I can target 3 Yang Zings in my graveyard, shuffle all 3 into the deck, draw 2. A Pot of Duality for extra consistency, and this honestly doesn't really affect me that much just because if I do synchro summon, it's probably going to be on my opponent's turn. A Dark Hole, Snatch Steal, main decking the Ignition just because I want more spell trap removal. Onto the traps, we have Yang Zing Creation. This is a continuous trap that is really good for this archetype. Once per turn, if a monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, I can special a Yang Zing from the deck. You cannot special monsters from the extra deck except synchro monsters. 3 Sanctum, 1 Compost, Ring of Destruction, Solemn Judgment, and Warning. For the side deck, Cyber Dragon, Night Beam, Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, Smashing. We're playing 2 Lance and 2 of the Dark World Shackles. For the traps, Time Space Trap Hole, Bottomless, and 2 Ojama Trio. For the extra deck, we have Star Eater. It does require quite a bit of resources, but it is possible to make this card. We have Leo, the Keeper of the Sacred Tree. This is a Synchro 10, which has a pretty decent effect that your opponent cannot target this with card effects except during my main phase 2, which is actually pretty relevant, especially since he's a 31 beater. Next, we have 2 Baxia. On summon, I can target cards my opponent controls up to the number of attributes used to synchro summon this card, and then spin those cards back into the deck. And then once per turn, I can target a card I control, destroy it, and then revive a level 4 or lower monster. Red Dragon, Crimson Blader, Thought Ruler. Another new card is Yazi, Evil the Yangzing. This card has 2 different effects. I can target a Yangzing monster I control and one card my opponent controls, destroy it. And then this card has the effect that if it's destroyed, I can special a worm from the deck. Stardust, Dark Strike Fighter, Black Rose, Orient Dragon. Its effect doesn't really come up ever. Another new card, Samsara, Dragon of Rebirth. If this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, or if this card you control is sent to the graveyard by an opponent's card effect, I can target one monster in either player's graveyard except for itself and special summon it. Next, we're playing Herald of Arclight. This card has a pretty cool application to this because if you're playing against a deck that really needs their monsters in the graveyard, this card is actually a floodgate, but it's also an Omni Negate, which is kind of cool with this deck just because if you make it using the Earth of the Yangzing and the level 1 tuner, you can actually make this card not able to be destroyed by battle, so you can just sit on this card in defense and you just have a permanent floodgate. So that's the deck. I feel like there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve to this. Again, I feel like the recruiting effect is a little bit of a gimmick, but I hope that it's actually going to pay off for me in the end. I just wanted to stay away from Shadows because I think that Cody's probably going to be aware of it. Yeah, I guess just for the sake of an episode, just trying something new. So that's the deck. Let's just get right into the game. Here we are, game 1, new challengers. Did you try out something new for this episode?
I have.
All right.
Yeah, my deck building was like probably a good like 3 hours yesterday.
Damn.
I actually I kind of built the foundation for 2 or 3 different decks before I decided on exactly which one to get through.
No, I had to go through the same thing. I was stuck between maybe trying out 2 new archetypes for me, and I just had to like settle on one. So we might see some misplays on this one. All right. Let's
Jesus
go.
Christ.
Fates be good.
Well.
I will opt to go first.
Make your move.
Please open crack. Not exactly. Okay.
I opened ass crack. Does that count?
I suppose I will set a card. I will set a card. I will set a card. And I will pass. Still T setting, sort of.
That's like a
good old.
To me, it's a V, but to you, it's like a lowercase n.
Yeah. A U set, a V set, however you want to call it. But yeah, we're still doing this.
Stand by to main.
All good.
I suppose let's start with a normal summon of Tour Guide.
Damn.
Is that fine?
Yeah.
If that's fine, I'll use the effect.
Yeah, that's all good. Oh shit, that's right. You had a craft. You could have crafted this, didn't you?
Could have. Oops, that's supposed to go to the
the field.
Yeah. Tour Guide.
All right. The bad part is that this is generic, so I still don't even know what you're up to.
Goddamn right. Well, let's overlay, and then I guess you're gonna find out what exactly we're working with here today.
This is gonna give it away. Am I about to see Dante? Yeah, Dante.
Dante.
Let's see. On summon, I do have something.
Okay.
Artifact Sanctum.
Okay, you can conduct your battle. That doesn't matter. Okay.
Yeah. All right, so I will special. Where is he? Moral Tech, and then I will activate Moral Tech.
If this card switches someone during your opponent's turn, destroy one face-up card your opponent controls. Ouch.
What's really good about this is that it doesn't target.
Fucking ouch. So bye-bye Dante.
Yeah.
Fucking ouch, my bro. That's kind of ass.
I was hoping on it.
I guess I'll special summon Alich with this effect. Yeah, I can't do the second effect because I used the first one this turn. That's what sucks about these cards. You can only choose one of the effects per turn.
Oh, okay, sure.
Because I ran into that when I was doing test hands yesterday when I finalized this deck, because I was like extending and doing all these plays, and then I finally read the card and I was like, wait, I can only choose one per turn?
Oh, so these special the special summon is actually a activated effect.
It is. Does that change your mind or?
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so if I special it, I can't use the second effect this turn.
Okay.
I have to normal it for that to happen, which is a little annoying, but whatever. We're gonna finish with 2 sets. That'll be my turn.
Okay. I will draw for turn. Stand by to main. Let's flip summon. Now you're gonna see what I'm doing.
Is it Shadol's again?
YuGiOh, Darkness of the Yang Zing.
Yang Zing. Black Rose board wipe.
That's not a terrible choice, I don't think. All right, for the sake of not thinking too much, we're going to sync up.
It's kind of late for that. All right.
We're gonna go for the Black Rose and activate the effect.
Ooh. So you're gonna board wipe everything.
Yep.
I think I'm going to. That effect is chainable too, right? Even though it's an on summon effect.
Yeah. So chain link 1 Black Rose, activate the effect.
Okay. I'm gonna activate Phoenix Swing then and target your Black Rose.
Discard.
Sending beginning of the end for cost.
I wonder why you're doing that. Sure. Do you have anything else?
What, does the effect still go through?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Well, then no.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be on the field to do the thing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Unless the card specifies like this card must be on the field to activate and resolve this effect. Do you want to just take that back?
Nah, it's fine, whatever. Nah, I got nothing else.
All right, so destroy everything.
Because honestly, it doesn't matter if I take it back because they're going to the graveyard anyway.
All right, from here, let's just normal summon Suwani.
Now you're really gonna make me read this episode.
Yeah, pretty much all the Yang Zings, they're all floaters. Like they all recruit.
Oh, you can do it during the battle phase and it gets buffed. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, so essentially every single Yang Zing has is a recruiter. Quite a few of them have the effect where I can sync on your turn. And then they each have their own little last effect that they provide to the synchro. So that he buffs, but some of the other ones do other things.
Damn, you Black Rose, you're solemn.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I cleared the board. Now I put you on better have it.
Stand by to main.
All good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stand by to main.
Well, I mean, there's a card I could play, but it's probably going to give you advantage if I play it. So as it currently stands,
I'm just gonna hit you again.
Damn right you are.
I'll go main phase 2, and I will set a card. Back to you.
Stand by to main.
All good.
I'll set a monster and set a card, and I'll pass.
I will draw. Stand by to main. Do I just see what it is? Maybe that's the call.
If you ask nicely.
Yeah. Sure. I'll just go to battle.
Okay.
See, and there it is.
Rubik.
All right, so I'll take 2. I will go to the main phase. Let's activate a duality.
Okay.
Sure. I will take
Those
that.
cards look familiar. Is your deck like stacked? Like that's the same. Those are some of the cards you opened with, except for I know you pulled the 1 artifact, but
I am playing a lot of 3-ofs.
Man.
I will then just set a card and pass the turn.
Which card did you take?
Sanctum.
Okay. Stand by to main.
Sure.
I will set a card, and I will pass.
Might as well try it. End phase, Sanctum.
Okay.
All right, let's go and get the boy. Moral Tech effect.
Uh-huh.
All right, pop this. Draw for turn. We'll go standby to main. Let's just, is this lethal? No.
It's
It's
I mean,
close.
depending what your flip is, it could be.
I don't want to push it too much. I say you have a turn left. We'll go battle, and I will go 19.
Oops.
21.
Oh.
Main phase 2.
I'm like Yugi in the movie.
Duality.
200 life points in a dream.
Let's take a look. Oh, that's pretty good.
That's pretty sexy. Is that your craft?
Dark Hole.
Yeah.
I crafted that a while ago.
Oh.
I
I don't remember ever using it.
I did use it for 1 episode, and then I didn't for the next one after that. Yeah, why not? I'll take the Dark Hole. Shuffle, grave, and back to you.
Stand by to main.
All good.
Yeah.
All right, Yang Zing, let's go. Game 2.
New challengers, same format. Big decision time.
This is a big decision.
Big decision time.
Although I feel like it's an easy one, right?
You tell me.
Yeah.
Okay. Stand by to main.
Sure.
We're gonna start with the normal summon of Graph. Then I'm going to use the effect to special summon Calcab and to special summon Skarm. I will overlay Calcab and Graph for the boy Dante. Then I will declare the Dante,
Sure.
detaching the Graph to mill. I'll choose 3.
I feel like most people would say that.
1, 2, 3.
Ooh,
Cool.
those are all bad.
Fucking cool. Well, at least I got a 2500 attack monster now that'll for only last this turn.
Yeah, that's true.
Fuck me, man. I just lost 3 cards that could keep me in the game.
You get the graph.
Yeah, I know. The Graph will special summon from deck, except Graph. Let's pull a Rubik. I will then synchro the Rubik and the Skarm off for Divergil.
All right.
I think I'm going to just set 1 card and end my turn.
All right. I will draw. Standby to main. Fresh off the top, baby. Night Beam.
That's fine.
Dark Hole.
That is also fine.
Okay.
So I do get to draw a card then. Because of Virgil.
You have 2 triggers.
2 triggers. Dante will special, or does it special or pull? Let me read my cards, please. Target Burning Boost, add it to your hand. Okay, so it adds to hand, and then I can draw a card.
Yes.
Can link 1 Dante, chain link 2 Virgil.
Sure.
So, draw, and then what do I want to add to hand? Probably the Graph.
Okay. Normal summon Swanee.
Okay.
Battle.
You son of a bitch. That was clever.
I thought so. I will just pass.
Stand by to main. Boom. Boom.
Okay.
Boom.
All right.
So if I attack, you're just going to float into a monster in defense. And then you're just going to float again.
Probably.
Or I could use the effect to just banish this thing outright. Yeah, the float's kind of annoying on that end because if I banish, I can't attack, but I don't know what the other Yang Zings are capable of. So I'll be honest, I don't know jack shit about this archetype.
Me neither until I put them in my deck.
So do I play it safe or do I go for broke? Fuck it, we'll go for broke.
Okay, sure.
Broke. I'll swing in for 11.
I will take 11. I will activate the effect. All right, so special 1 in defense. Let's see.
Like I just said, I think it was last week, that every time I've used BLS, I've never actually been able to summon them for like the longest fucking time.
That's true. Look, you finally did it.
Pixie. So in this card, you can special summon a Yang Zing in attack position. Interesting. Oh, do they all have that secret summon effect?
Not all.
Oh, they do a different thing though, apparently.
Yeah, at the end.
Well, I'm just to thin the deck out a bit, I guess. I'm gonna use the effect to get a second attack.
Yeah.
And I'll swing and hit it again.
I will activate the effect.
Okay. Ooh, Fozzie tickets are on sale soon. Can't wait to see that show.
I think we'll
Wanna
go.
see Fozzie?
No, I don't.
Judas.
It's like the worst vocalist ever.
Special summon. Nah, I don't know about that. He's not great, but I mean, Dave Mustaine exists.
That's true, but he's got like other talent though.
Oh yeah, he's wicked on guitar, but who the fuck let that man be a singer?
He did.
Yeah, true. I have no main 2, so that will do it then.
All right, I will draw. Stand by to main. I'm just going to set a card and pass. Oh, wait. I forgot one more thing. I wanted another set there.
Okay. Stand by to main.
Sure.
I'm gonna set a card. I'll go battle. I'll hit your monster.
On attack deck, I'm going to activate Yangzing Creation.
Once per turn, if a monster you control is destroyed by a card effect, special summon a Yangtze monster from the deck. You cannot extra deck except synchro monsters. Okay, so now essentially when I destroy one, you get 2 floats.
I do.
Okay.
So he'll die. I'll do the Darkness as Chainlink 1 and Creation as Chainlink 2.
Okay, here's Chainlink 3.
Do you have one?
You're not looking at the screen, are you?
Oh, okay. With the Creation, I think we'll go for Chiwen. And Darkness, I'll go for goddamn fucking math.
Do we need some Scott Steiner math up in here?
I do. Because all these cards...
You know, they say that all men are created equal. But you look at Burning Abyss and you look at Yang Zing, and you'll find that that is not true.
They're all different levels. And so, like, it makes it hard.
Okay. Now I see what you're talking about with math, because I was like, what do you mean math? You have 0 attack right now.
Yeah, so
0 defense.
yeah, they're all different levels. They all have different effects. Some of them are tuners, some of them are not tuners.
Yeah.
This is like one reason why I was hesitant on playing this.
You mentioned before about how the deck can miss timing. Where does that happen usually?
It's because all the recruiting effects are wins.
Oh.
So we have not come across it yet, but there are ways that you can, if you're playing certain cards, chaining cards, we're making your opponent miss timing.
Okay, so it's the same thing that happens with like Gear Town?
Yes.
Okay. Well, while you're doing math, maybe I'll give Anthony a show again. Yeah.
I guess we'll go for Beyond.
Beyond?
Whatever.
Beyond.
Yeah, whatever his name is.
So you can make a legit fucking towers synchro monster out of these things.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You can make them unaffected by spells, traps, battle.
Not destroyed by battle, yeah.
You can buff them. There's one that has the effect that possession of the card cannot be switched.
Wouldn't that be funny? You'd spend all that time building up this massive synchro just to get taken out by D2 Warrior Lady. Yeah, I'll do the second attack.
Sure.
I'll hit Beyond.
So this is 14.
Yeah.
All right, I'll use his effect. I guess Swanee, or he special summons in defense, doesn't he? Yeah, we'll still just go for the Swanee.
Yes. Okay.
Defense. Okay.
Well, once again, I have no main 2, so that'll be it.
All right, I will draw. Standby to main. That is incredible. Let's go and activate Yangzing Path. I will target the
4.
Swanee, the Beyond, and Bixie.
Okay. Or Jiao 2.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's only good if you open him at the start of the duel. Shuffle 1, 2. Let's activate Artifact Ignition.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right, and then I get to set a artifact. Moral Tech.
That's hot.
Let's switch this to let's switch this to attack.
It's just a Yas.
And I'll activate Dark World Shackles, targeting your BLS. And I will go battle.
Yeah, there's no point in changing it.
Yeah.
Damn, son.
I did it. What a pain in the ass that card is.
I'm surprised you're still playing that card.
After that, I will just pass the turn.
Stand by to main.
All good. I feel like the bad part to all this is that I outed one problem, but you might have another one in hand now that all your BAs are back online.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Normal summon Seer to start. I will special Scarm. I will overlay them. I'll overlay into Ghost Trick Alucard. I will then detach a material. I'll detach Seer. Target your set.
Sure. That's Moral Tech.
I should have figured.
Yeah, you saw me set that.
Well, it could have been anything else. I don't know.
You saw me do it.
It could have been anything.
So you are turn player, so you get priority. I take it you want to use the seer after your effect goes through. This is going to be in the graveyard, so
Right, but it's gonna come back.
priority.
So that's the point where I could summon with Seer.
Yes. So is that
Because I have Alucard, it would just destroy itself anyway.
yes? So is that something that you want to do?
No, I'm not gonna worry about that then.
Okay, well, if you don't have it, then I'm gonna activate Moral Tech. I'm gonna use his effect to special himself out.
Yeah.
New chain. I'm gonna activate his effect on summon to destroy a face-up card.
I guess I'll use the effect to special summon Graph. I'll set a card. I'll pass.
Okay, I will draw. Stand by to main. If I just go battle, I can attack over it. You just special another one. Then I have to attack over that. You'll get another trigger. Could be the Seer to block again, have a body for next turn. It could be maybe another Scarm if you're playing 3 to get a search. You banished a tour guide, so you probably have 2 more in the deck. This might just do it. Heavy?
Heavy. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Couldn't use it anyway.
Yeah. Monster Reborn targeting BLS. Aha! BLS effect, banish. Let's tribute summon. Cyber Dragon, battle.
I
Game. Oh, let's go. God damn.
I hate that the only like 2 times I've ever been able to actually summon BLS, you just Monster Reborn him.
I had to double check to see if he could be summoned that way.
That hasn't happened to me in like 30 episodes and it still stings.
Your BLS, my BLS.
Yeah,
Wow.
you were saying before how you didn't even get a BLS. What does it matter? You just take mine every time I use it.
There, you can have it back. All right, buddy. What do you want to do first? Your deck or my deck?
Well, you won. I'll let you choose.
Yeah, it's pretty damn good. The fact that these cards just trigger when they're sent to the graveyard, it doesn't matter if it's cost, doesn't matter if it's hand, deck, field, they just do whatever they want to do. The fact that they can just special summon themselves, you could say, yeah, sure, like that sucks when it comes to like sending them to the graveyard, but like you could easily just normal summon the one that you do want to get the trigger for, special the other, detach the one. You know, the fact that Dante mills for cost, he always makes it like so hard to like, even if you had Veiler, do you even Veiler the Dante? Probably not.
And you know what sucks is it happened in all of my test hands too. Every time I had a test hand, I milled really good back row cards.
Okay.
Rather than my Burning Abyss cards. And it's like, seriously, why is that my luck?
Yeah.
I'm not the guy that gets the what was it? Mill what's the Chaos Magician? Mill Chaos Magician and then immediately immediately draw Monster Reborn after that.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, the best that you could do is mill 3 and you mill Seer, Graph, and Scarm. This pack gave us Rubik, which is the tuner for the archetype. I feel like it's a bit unfortunate though that he doesn't have an effect like the others when he's sent to the graveyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like Tour Guide was almost like made for this, or like they made Burning Abyss for Tour Guide. Either way, yeah. It's a perfect fit because Tour Guide negates the monster when it's specialed, which means that they don't blow themselves up.
Yeah, I even played a Geometria to try to clog a board if I needed to, but I really didn't want to play that card when I saw you were playing a Synchro strategy.
Yeah, it just gives me fodder.
Yeah, it's like the one extra deck type you can use. You just happen to choose that one.
It was a tough call for me. It was not easy because not only did I know that looking into it that it was going to require some careful planning when you're actually in the middle of your game, which is sometimes tough when you're feeling the pressure, depending on what your opponent has on the field. But it's also just a new strategy that I've never played before, and there's always like a learning curve when it comes to doing that. What did you think about playing the deck?
I liked it. I realized game 2 in that one turn I made a couple costly errors. To be honest, I had completely forgot that you even pulled that artifact. That, and I had made the mistake too that by throwing, what was it, Seer? Seer, yeah. By throwing out Alucard and then ditching the Seer, anything I special summon would have just been destroyed anyway, really.
Which,
except, well, maybe not. Hold on. Would it have?
What do you?
I was gonna choose Virgil.
Oh, okay.
Virgil doesn't have that effect. So actually, I could have still used this effective priority then.
But even if you were trying to summon something that was just gonna die, you could still benefit off of that because you could send like special Scarm and then get the end phase effect of Scarm.
Oh, I'd have to be careful because it would have had to have been a card that didn't go that turn.
Yeah, and
because I already used the effects of those cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I could have still done the Virgil play I wanted to.
True.
But originally what I was thinking about doing was getting the Alucard out there to pop your set and then using the Alucard to go into Downer Magician. But I made some costly misplays.
Yeah, there was another one that I saw. It didn't technically come up, but it could have, where you summon Dante going first in attack position. Another mistake that I saw was that when you summon BLS, you banished the Dante. I think the better call would have been Virgil.
Well, the reason I banished the Dante was because I have 2 more.
Yeah, but the thing is that currently Dante's in the graveyard, which is actually significant because Seer can now special Dante, and then the next time that Dante dies, Dante can grab Seer. Like, it keeps an infinite loop going. So I guess a little bit about my deck. I'm surprised on how it performed. I was very skeptical going into it. You know, the deck doesn't really do that much in terms of like offense or defense. It's sort of like mid-rangey. So yeah, I had to find something new. And because you have Super Poly, I wanted to stay away from certain types of attributes, and I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna play all the attributes.
Well, yeah, that's the thing too, is like not only do I have like the darks obviously with Burning Abyss, but Dante and Virgil are both lights, so that gets me Winda, and I even have Zen mains to get into the new fire one.
I thought it was a bit unfortunate that I never got to use any of the quick effects to synchro summon on your turn, or pretty much like even like synchro summon at all, which is really weird. I feel like that's the challenge that comes across with this, with all these cards being different levels. I feel like it wouldn't be so bad, the fact that they're different levels, but the fact that the tuners are also then lower levels, it makes it very hard because it makes it you in a position to where you kind of always need 3 monsters to perform your synchro summons. And I'd rather just do 2. All right, buddy, here we are. We are back at the wheel. Go ahead, give you a nice little spin here. Wow, a wild card.
Anything I want.
Anything you want.
Anything I desire.
Lava Gold?
Cyberjar?
Cyberjar. All right, I'm gonna spin, see what I get. A Ultra. Okay, not bad.
Or
an Ultra. Plus Ultra.
Decisions. Hey, you have to craft an ultra rarity. There aren't very many of those.
No, there's not. Maybe Konami should make those. All right, buddy. We did the game. We did the wheel. Closing thoughts?
Closing thoughts. I guess I'm burning in hell for the choices I've made today. You know, it fits the deck. Anyone cares to join me, I'll save you a spot. But that's about all I got.
You guys can go ahead and hop on to Tour Guide's bus together.
Yeah, take the Tour Guide's bus straight down to the Burning Abyss. You know, we can hang out with me and Rubik and Seer
and Scarm and Dante
and Scarm and Dante and BLS. Except fuck that guy, he's a traitor again.
And Virgil will be standing on top of the bus, rocking out on his guitar.
Hell yeah, like that dude in Mad Max.
I wonder if like Virgil is the equivalent to like a member of Tenacious D for Yu-Gi-Oh. Like he's playing something that he finds to be like super heavy, but it's like all acoustic. He's just like on top of the Tour Guide bus playing Master Exploder.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's going to bring it into this episode. Thanks again for watching. If you liked the video, hit the like button. It helps us out a lot. Also, leave a comment. We want to see your guys' feedback. If you have not subscribed already, why don't you do so? Keep up to date for more content just like this. Again, not an actual challenge, but our next personal goal is 200 subs. If we got there, that would be pretty damn great. And who knows, we might do something special by the time that we get there. All right, guys, we're checking out. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye. Hey, what's up? My name is Virgil. I just wrote this song 5 minutes ago. It's called Fuck Yang Zing.